Me, and you will
Okay.
feel better.
I was, well, I was in the Army, 1968. Um, I came in December 1967 to Camera Bay. Went to LZ Baldy, which was up near Da Nang, and we went on patrol and got ambushed on patrol. But I'm just giving you a lead up to the story. And then we patrolled the areas around Da Nang to the south. The Marines had control to the north, Da Nang to the north. So Go Noi Island was where we got first contact, and then, but then in March we were ordered to go to the highlands in Kontum, and we arrived on a ridge that had seen heavy battle around the 1st of April. So we patrolled and set up perimeters. It was total chaos. There was NDA and VC bodies everywhere. Then we set up a perimeter on what was called LZ Mile High. And the ridge ran north and south, and it was jungle ridge. There was a peak to the north of LZ Mile High called LZ Virgin, which we did not own. That was owned by the NBA. And on April 5th, I think it was, another company went down the side of the ridge on patrol, which was very steep. It was a very rough country, and they got hit, and we pulled them out of that episode. Then on the 15th of April of 1968, we did a 2-company patrol on the ridge toward LZ Virgin. And I think they were hoping to get contact with the NDA. So I was point on the 2 companies. I was point going out on this ridge. And about halfway out on the ridge, I could smell the NDA. I knew they were there somewhere. And so but nothing happened. So we continued out toward LZ Virgin, and we almost got within a couple of hundred meters of LZ Virgin, and we were given the order to go do a recon by fire. And the recon by fire is just the three of us just went forward a few hundred feet and shot at the LZ and got no reply.
So it was safe place?
No.
No.
It wasn't a safe place. It made me sick.
Okay.
Because I knew they were going to hurt us. Because their plan was bigger than just us firing at the LZ.
Okay.
And so the 2 companies decided to head back to LZ Mile High. So we headed back that way. Now we're talking about a mountain ridge with 100+ feet of jungle overhead. So it's very dark because the sun doesn't penetrate the jungle. And so they gave the order to stop and eat lunch. And I couldn't eat because I could still smell that they were there. And so we they finished their lunch, and we started heading back on the trail on the top of the ridge and toward LZ Mile High, and I heard a sound from LZ Virgin. It was a sound called, I'll try to reproduce it, poof, 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 poof. And that sound, I know, is mortars being fired. And in my mind, I was thinking, I'll dive off the side of the trail and get between tree roots to get cover. Wherever the first round hits, they're going to walk them back up or back toward you. And the first round hit at the other end of the company and started walking back toward me. So, and we were all running at this point down the trail toward Mile High. And the next thing I knew, I heard the jungle crack over my head, and then I saw a flash in front of my eyes. I mean, it was just a movement, and then I saw the leaves on the ground pop up, and the fins of a mortar sticking out of the ground, and I jumped the fins and kept running. There was a dead, and kept running. And then I came upon wounded soldiers that we attempted to, and we recovered them. There were guys coming back to help recover the wounded. And we recovered them, and I turned around at that point and saw that I was still the last man in the two-company column going toward Mile High. And so, I was alone.
I told you are a hero.
But I turned around and saw movement behind me coming. But instead of turning, because I was alone, I started running again toward my company. And I saw up ahead all kinds, I mean, at this point there were bullets flying in every direction. There were explosions going off. Tree limbs were falling out of the top of the jungle because mortars were hitting the canopy of the jungle. And so I saw my guys up ahead, and I ran up among them, and they were just bleeding everywhere. They were decimated, and this is in a split second. I turned around to look, try to figure out where the fire was coming from, and I got blown up. I went airborne down the side of the ridge. I did a flip and landed on my hands and knees, but I still had my rifle, and I stood up, and out of the corner of my eye I saw movement, so I turned in that direction. It was an NVA soldier came over a dead tree, and he saw me turning and dove back over the tree, and one of my guys said, "Throw a grenade," and I was losing muscle control at that point, and I threw the grenade to my guys because I couldn't do anything. And I turned to walk back up the ridge, or climb back up the ridge, and tunnel vision came in, and I was out. So then sometime later, my guys helped me. I don't know what happened, because I was out completely, but I was walking, what they called the walking dead. And I got back to the perimeter, and a major was sticking his hand out to shake my hand, and it just brought me back to, I could see again. I saw him, and he looked at me, and he backed up in horror.
Okay.
And I didn't understand. Why is he said, "You'll get the Congressional Medal of Honor for this, son." And I said, and I didn't say anything. I just looked at him, and he backed up in horror. And I said, I didn't understand. And it took me years later to understand the unbreakable glasses I had on were shattered with holes in both lenses.
Jesus.
I did, you know, even after the battle, I didn't understand, but years later, I did. I realized that those glasses were. Anyway, I went back to my perimeter, and the guys that had survived the battle asked me if I was hurt, and I said, I don't think I am. And they said, well, you're bleeding and out my back. And so I went up to the medic.
And how was it? You know, I mean, you know, it's wet. It's wet in the jungle. It is wet. You know, so skin problems and some medical stuff. How did you sort it out in the jungle? You know, like when you have wet feet.
Yeah.
The skin gets some skin problems. You develop skin problems.
I did not.
You did not.
I did not, no.
But if you did, how would you treat it if you were in the jungle? You know?
Well, you hopefully can get a pair of dry socks. Because I did not have that problem.
Okay.
I was lucky in that my body would handle the leeches and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I came in from one patrol where I had hundreds of leeches all over me, and
it hurts.
no,
No?
it doesn't hurt. I didn't know.
You didn't know.
No, I didn't know. We were, the leeches. I could feel them crawling up my legs, but I couldn't move during the night.
I would panic.
You know, you don't know where the enemy is. You don't know what's going on. So yeah, so it's.
And how many hours did you sleep every day, if you slept at all?
Well, yeah.
In the jungle, I mean.
So sleep was you slept
Minutes.
Yes, or you just slept sitting up or standing or whatever position you were in. You slept. You know, I can sleep in any position I'm in. Yeah.
I can imagine. And what about food? Did you eat every day, or was it like just randomly?
Well, we had the rations that we ate every day. We would heat our rations with C4, with plastic explosives.
Yeah, C4, yeah, famous one in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. And what about water supply?
Well, that's another problem I have now. Is like these sores. I have sores all over that, you know, like on my legs. These sores are what may be Agent Orange from the water supply.
Agent Orange.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you are lucky you survived Agent Orange.
Yes.
Because now we know what it is.
Well, it was, you know, you don't know what stream or river they took the water out of at the time, and so you don't know what you got where. So, yeah. So.
And how many years did you spend in Vietnam as a soldier?
Well, the term is 1 year.
1 year.
Yes, but I was able to go home 1 week early because of Christmas holidays.
Good.
Yeah.
And you know, could you please tell people who will watch this video how were you treated when you got back home to?
Indifference. Just nobody even knew or thought who I was or what happened. I didn't advertise. I I didn't advertise except for my personal friends that I say what had happened, but most people didn't even know that I'd been to Vietnam. Yes.
And and I ask you silly question.
Sure.
Do you find it strange? You were fighting here and now we are sitting in Ho Chi Minh City having beer. Do you find it like strange? I mean, in a case like that war is strange at all, you know what I mean?
I went to a battlefield in south of Da Nang on Do Noi Island that I had been in February of 1968. And my guide took me to that location and took me to the little village right there. And we were talking to an old man, my age, that he tried to kill me.
He remembered you?
No, he does not remember me. He knows that he was in the battle that we were in, trying to kill each other. And they treated me like family.
It's nice. It's nice, yeah. It's nice. And do you want to say something else? What is important for you to say? About war, let's say about war, because you have some young guys, they wanna go into fights. Just tell them what it is all about, because they don't know. They think it's like computer game.
I can say, quit having babies.
You cannot say it better. Yeah.
It's like the more population there is, the more danger there is to have wars.
Yeah. Excellent. Do you want to say something else, or are we going to drink?
No, I'm through. I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot.